What's it like to be gay in 2020? So when this video is coming out, it's the end of June, and I couldn't let Pride Month go by without posting some sort of gay video all about what's it like to be gay in the year 2020. I thought, should I go all the way back to the year 2000? Because I have to look back at where we were to really appreciate where we are now. From then, I feel like the mainstream America is accepting of LGBTQ plus people. They obviously are going to range, maybe with transgender people, maybe with bi people. They may feel different with each one of us, but I feel like the majority has took the knowledge that is now out there thanks to the internet and thanks to scholars getting the word out, psychologists getting the word out, trying to educate people about the normality of having homosexuality or bisexuality or two-spirited people, transgender people within our society. It has been with us from the beginning of our history. It's going to be with us for the rest of our history. It's as human as it can possibly be. We always think, oh, being heterosexual is the norm for humanity, and why that may be what the majority of people, that's not to say that it can establish a norm. The norm is all the things it's going to produce. I think a lot of what was holding America back is they had this idea of core values that have just really been shoved down their throat through the mass media of TV shows and magazines. What high-class society is saying is right, what celebrities in the past were saying right. So I believe once that changed, that started getting people to move with the times. And I think when people of the religious communities that saw what their community had been doing to LGBTQ plus people and the harm that it was causing, when they started to stand up and say, no, this is not who we are. And I think what honestly has pushed everybody over the edge is the younger generation. This generation of young people has taken it a step further with giving us more vocabulary to apply to what they are feeling and what a lot of people have been feeling for a very long time but have not had the right words to describe it. That, I believe, allows us in 2020 to be in a much better off place than we were 20 years ago, because humans come in an array of different shapes, sizes, forms. That is the whole point of us keep going. We need all of these different minds and people to make our society better. Evolution knew that before we did, and that's why we're all here today. All of us make it better, and I think that shows through more in 2020, and people are really jumping in on that idea. Would you be comfortable going to multiple cities, holding hands with your loved one? Really depends on the city, depends on the time, depends on probably the person. If I was a heterosexual person, no, I wouldn't think anything of that stuff. It wouldn't even be on my mind. So while it may be better than 2000, I'm not gonna say, yes, I'm comfortable with that everywhere. No. I feel like the majority of religious people have come far. I feel like definitely mainstream media has come tremendously far and has added much more representation into the media, whether it be through Netflix shows or the same ABC that fired Ellen and ended her show when she came out as gay 20 something years ago, now has gay couples in their television shows. Obviously big companies have come far. Hollywood has come much further in the year 2020. YouTube has been tremendous in helping people connect, because you can go and see a video like this. This is something I would have dreamed of as a kid, to know, oh, there's other people like me out there. I can't even imagine how many lives are saved because of that. What people don't realize is the deep, dark place a member of the LGBTQ community can go to, because they feel lonely, they feel ostracized, they feel like nobody's gonna understand, they're scared, they themselves don't fully understand, and they don't feel like they have anybody in their life they can go to and say, I need help, this is who I am, really all they need is just acceptance and love. They think that the only way out is by killing themselves, and that's something that still happens today in our community. As a trans person in today's society, especially a Black trans person, statistics are showing you are way more likely to be murdered than the other people in our community, and that's terrifying actually. Again, in the year 2020, we're still having to address that somebody's life is in danger for being who they are. That's that moment where 2020 doesn't seem as progressive as you think it is. I believe right now we're in this transformative period in time where we have the option to launch forward, being tremendously more inclusive, coming to terms with the ugly side of humanity that, whether we like it or not, exists. In this moment, if we choose to make our history books more inclusive, we need to focus more on Black history in this country. We need to focus more on LGBTQ plus history in this country. It's important. It's part of American history. Just white, straight America's history is not all of America's history. And by just doing this one narrow track, and how can you know where you're at if you can't even see the full picture? It doesn't make sense. So I think this is the moment that we finally say enough is enough. You're not coming from my Black brothers and sisters anymore. We are standing up for what is right. We are standing up for all minorities groups in this moment, and we are calling for change now so that America can, for once, become a leader in being progressive, open-minded, caring, and loving. Obviously, we still have to watch the fate of our lives be determined in the Supreme Court or in the government by people who don't identify like I do, who don't even know what it's like to feel like I do. That obviously is a very, very strange feeling, and it's still happening in the year 2020, and we still have more battles to go. So, moral of the story, we've come so far, but we have so far to go. All my love. Let me know in the comments below what you think. You do you, I'll do me, and let's make the world a better place.